Do you remember being in elementary school? Carefree, having fun, playing with the little bears, learning what your math problems were. That was a fun time, wasn't it? Well, for me, it was fun enough. But some kids never make it past elementary school. While I'm standing here telling you this, a best friend that I had never made it past 3rd grade. See, elementary school teaches you things. It teaches you math, reading, science. It teaches you how to interact with people. But in some cases, it teaches you about death. So, let's set the scene here. It's a dark room. There's no kids except for 2. One child near a bunch of machines, and the other talking to that child. This other child, near the machines, had a disability. Did you know that according to the Center of Disease Prevention and Control and Prevention, CDC, that 3% of children born in the United States have some form of a disability? Whether it's breathing, brain, heart, muscle, any of the above. It's a 3% chance. So, these 2 children are discussing of, one day I'll be normal. One day I'll be able to have this breathing tube out. I'll be able to run and play with the little kids. This girl said in a soft, gentle voice. It was a voice that, if one would hear it, they would just go, "Aw, look how soft and gentle cute she is." While I was sitting there, listening to her. The thing is, I never understood what was wrong with her. I would ask an adult. This child with a breathing tube in her neck, a feeding tube in her stomach. I said, "What's wrong with her? Why does she have a green tube on her neck?" The nurse that took care of her would only tell me, "Oh, her lungs were too small." Okay, that's good and all, but that doesn't help me. I never understood what was wrong with her. But this conversation, "I'll have my breathing tube out. I'll be able to run and play like normal children." This in itself felt just the same. I don't think she understood what was wrong with her. You see, I would ask her questions as well. I said, because I noticed her feeding tube, she had to have formula put into a bag that was hoisted up so that the feed would drain into her. I said, "What does it taste like? Have you ever tasted it?" And she did reply. She said it didn't taste that good, but it still gave me a bit more insight into how she lived. One day in 3rd grade, the principal comes in. She gathers up 4 classrooms worth of 3rd graders and puts them all into this one classroom. It was my home room at the time. She comes in and says that my friend had died. Now, according to Sources of Children's Knowledge of Death and Dying by Sarah Longbottom and Virginia Slaughter, the word died would work better than saying something along the lines of passing on, or a soft toned voice voice and phrase that would tell a kid something different. So, my friend had died. I was unsure how to react, but the teacher and the nurse eventually told me, "It's okay, you can cry." Now, this has lasted with me for over 10 years, but I carry her memory with me through the entire time. Now, what in total has my friend here taught me? She taught me about people being different and having a disability. She taught me about death and dying. She taught me about carrying a memory for a very long time. She taught me about being a good friend. Now, things like this hurt. They also hurt when nobody else remembers. So, needless to say, I'll carry her memory, and Evie, you were a good friend to me, and I won't forget.